Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing well. I was overwhelmed by the video that I had put up, I believe just yesterday. All the love and support and telling me to ignore haters. And, that's hard to do, but I do my best. Anyway, I also wanted to share some of that feedback. Kind of like a lot of people said the same things, like as far as content, they'd love to see Neon's room and how that's coming along in the deck. So we'll make that happen. But first, let's go get a PET scan. Hi, my name is Francine and I have ovarian cancer. We don't know how long I have, so my job right now is to make every day count. A little rainy out today. Perfect day for a trip to the hospital. So I will try to film as much as they'll let me film. I've seen other people do it, but I think it's just a matter of how cool the person is that, that's running the show there. Sometimes not so cool. So we'll see. A PET scan is a little different than a CT scan, although it looks the same. There's, other than the type of imaging, the concept is the same. But the difference is that the preparation, that's different. So there's very little prep for a CT scan. But I have not had coffee since yesterday morning. I'm surprised I'm not feeling like a bear. And I've also had barely any carbs since, 24 hours ago. I'm surprised I'm not more of a bear for that as well. I had a little bit. We had an Asian salad last night with a grilled chicken on it. So there was a little bit in the marinade. Neon and Chris had an Asian dressing, but I just had a little sesame oil on it. But there were a couple of orange segments and those little crunchy noodles like La Choy makes. I always like those. I got them for the first time in a long time, and they're so thin now. I can't even believe it. It looks like a bird's nest when you open the can. Anyway, a lot of you did say you wanted various types of conversation. It was fine. I could talk about anything. But I got to tell you, I had put in the community post, what am I thinking of? Oh, a poll about content that, besides my cancer journey itself, what else do you come for or enjoy or would like to see more of? And an overwhelming number of people like my car vlogs. I guess that's probably because I have moving pictures behind me and you can, look out the window. I don't mind that at all. Car vlogs are easy and I like the company. Weird. It's weird that, I am by myself, but I don't feel like I'm by myself. So today is Saturday, which is an unusual day for me to get any test done because I don't work 9 to 5. So I'm able to come during the week, but that's all they had, or that was the soonest they had. So I'm for that. And Chris isn't with me because He's working, and Neon's in bed. Neon would not want to come anyway. So, speaking of Neon, it was the last day of school yesterday. You know what that means? It was our first night with us. I'm looking forward to registering them in a new school, and it's gonna be nice. I really enjoyed them being with us last summer, so that was a nice little test run. I mean, our townhouse is really kind of perfect for 2 people. 3 people, it can just get a little bit. It feels a little tighter, but it's really not. It's just my imagination, I think. I think I'm comparing it to places I've lived before, but they seemed a little big for 2 people. I've never lived in anything like really huge. Like the neighborhood we're going through now. There's a little money here, but this is how we get to the hospital. So, yeah, I didn't grow up in wealth, that's for sure. My parents were divorced when I was really young. My mom was a single parent with a little break we had when she remarried, and that lasted 6 months. We moved out to Pittsburgh, PA. It was technically Mount Lebanon, which is a suburb of Pittsburgh. And I liked the guy okay. He was a little tough though. I mean, I think I was used to being a free-range child, and suddenly he was pulling in the reins and giving my room the white glove inspection every Saturday. I probably needed that. Are there things in your childhood you think back on and go, yeah, that was probably better for me than I thought? Oh, there's something rolling here. Tic Tacs, which I'm also not allowed to have. So, we'll be here in just a couple of minutes. I seem to remember that the last time I had a PET scan here, it was a traveling PET scan. And what that means is a company contracts with certain hospitals who don't have the... Oh, that's going to get on my nerves. All right. We will fix that rattle. It's not just the Tic Tacs. I've got change in there. What was I saying? Yeah. I need coffee. So, some hospitals don't comply with the Department of Health's requirements to have a PET scan because there is radiation involved, and they have to have a separate room that's really well padded and all that stuff. This is what I've heard from the medical staff here. So once a week, it's almost like the bookmobile when you were a kid. So it'll be a separate, like a trailer. And when I had it done last, it was the dead of winter, and I had to wear a hospital gown. Now, I read the instructions this time that they were a little different. I mean, on a PET scan, you don't really have to change into a gown. And let's face it, that's fine with me. That's not exactly a fashion statement. And it probably saves the hospital a lot of money and the environment as well. The PET scan instructions said to wear clothing with no metal. I can't wear jewelry, so I even left my wedding ring at home. And I don't know, I just have this nightmare that I've painstakingly picked out my wardrobe, and I'm going to find out that I have to get into a gown anyway. At least it's not the dead of winter. That was really not fun, because there is no doubt in the middle of this, I have to go to the bathroom because that's the way that works. And they have to escort me off the trailer, holding the gown. You know how they close. Anyway, well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's go in. I've never seen this place on a Saturday when there's no surgeries. Usually this is packed with family members waiting. Now, this is my first official time with this gimbal, so please forgive me. But I like the fact that it's empty because I'm very self-conscious about vlogging. Anyway, we're going to radiology, and I'm going to make a pit stop at the bathroom. So I'll be right back. You do not want to go into the bathroom. Okay, more tour. Yeah, this really is kind of a ghost town. I mean, I can hear my flip-flops. Unfortunately, I know exactly where the radiology department is. I wish I didn't. It's when you have cancer, you kind of get to know all these places. Radiology. Got it.
The other patient's actually going to be coming out here, like out of the room right now, so
Okay.
I'll get that situated.
So we're in this little trailer, and the gentleman who brought me in, or I should say up, is actually taking another patient to the bathroom. So I thought I would just, usually there's 2 people in here. So this trailer seems kind of stuffy, like it really needs some air circulation. I don't like that. It's like I'm on a train. All right, I better go. Oh, okay. So he just came in, and I thought I filmed something, and then I thought I was turning the camera off, but I was turning it on. So let me repeat myself. I just need coffee. So the gentleman performing the test came in and explained how it will work. He'll come back in a little bit. He's just doing the test for someone else. He'll give me an IV. So if you do have these instructions, make sure you're wearing layered clothing or short sleeves. Then there'll be about a 45-minute wait. And then I will drink some contrast. Yum. Not coffee flavored. And then we'll go use the bathroom because I'm an old lady and I'll need to empty my bladder, which he said I need to do anyway, so that's convenient. And at least I will not be in a gown going outside. And I mean, it's parked right out in the back of the building. It's not like a lot of people. There were, I think, a lot of people when I was here last time. And it was little like workers and groundskeepers, I don't know, walking around, and I'm stepping across to go into the building. And Anyway, after that, maybe a few more minutes, and the test will take about 10 to 15 minutes. And that'll be that. I don't know if he'll be able to tell me when my results are, because he doesn't really actually work for the hospital. But I'm hoping that I'll get results early next week. Usually with the portal, it just takes a few days, but I don't know since it's a Saturday. It's definitely not busy. I mean, there were only a couple people in the emergency room. I had to come through the emergency entrance because the main entrance is closed on Saturdays and Sundays. So what's happening here is did all kinds of questions. And sorry, this is just needing to balance between my knees. Took my blood sugar, which, I'm diabetic, but it wasn't too high. And there's like a 45-minute waiting period here because I have to drink this contrast, which I really appreciate when it's the one that just tastes like water instead of the chalky one that's, opaque. Which I don't know why they can't make that taste good, but this just tastes like water, so it's fine. So I have like 30 minutes to get it down, which shouldn't be too much of a problem, but then I will need to go pee. I don't seem to have any scanxiety today, so it's a good thing. And so the guy taking the test, very nice. He told me a little bit about himself, so we chatted for a while. So I'm in this tiny little room in this tiny little trailer. It's so weird. It's noisy. It's musty. There's 2 seats in this little room, but I'm by myself for the moment, which is good. So vlogging hasn't really been a horrible experience or anything. So I haven't had anxiety over that. In any case, so I've got some time to kill. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to watch some YouTube videos. Why not? Catch up. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay, everybody, safe and sound in the car again. Oh my goodness. Unfortunately, I did not get to record the actual test, but it is very much like a CT scan. And if you haven't had one of those, I know you can find those things online. But the guy doing the test was very, very nice. And I had brought a few things in with me in a little bag of things to do. I had gone to the post office, just by the way, while we're here. I hope your day is bright and light and your heart is happy too. Lovely little card. It is. My spirits are brighter now that I'm done that. Hope this cheers you up a bit, Francine, and hope you know that someone somewhere is thinking warm thoughts of you. You're always in my prayers. Your friend Donna. So nice. Thank you, Donna. I really appreciate that. And your mail always cheers me up. Mail almost always cheers me up. Don't send me any bills or anything. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you coming with me today. I felt like I had a ride along for real. In any case, so the order of the day would be coffee, but because we're in Lidditz, PA, there is a soft pretzel place around the corner, the Philly Pretzel Factory. Very authentic as far as Philadelphia pretzels, which I grew up on and grew big from. So I am going to go there first. And I mentioned it last night. I was like, while I'm there, I'm going to get that. And I asked Neon if they wanted one. Yes. Asked Chris. The response was basically, no, thank you. Really? You're going to have a soft pretzel first thing in the morning? Well, it's definitely not first thing. It's almost 10:30. And I don't know. My response was, how about a salted bagel? So he got my point. It's bread, toast, whatever. But I imagine this place is open now. And Then I'll go to Wawa because all they have here is a Starbucks. And don't come at me, but that's not my favorite. I'm actually not even desperate enough. I was going to say when I'm desperate, I would have like Americano. But I guess I'm okay. Look, I feel like I just had coffee. Wonder if that was the dye. Well, I will say this. I thought there was going to be an IV, but actually instead they just go ahead and inject all the dye in there, and then they have you drink the liquid. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So both of those things happen. I have a low-grade headache, I think. Okay. I will be back. I think I'll keep them in the bag, though. I'm going to be very disciplined and not eat them until I get home with my coffee. That's my big treat for the day. Okay, I have secured the goods. Well, the carbs so far. Now I'm on my way for the main event. While I'm waiting at the traffic light, I have a question for you. In light of my last video talking about my content of my channel, I would like to know if you had a channel, or if you do have a channel, what would or is the content? What would it be? Yeah. So you have your own YouTube channel. Would it be a cooking vlog? I guess I'm looking for your passions. Yeah, that's what I want to know. So comment below and let me know. And while you're down there, hit that like button, please. And if you haven't subscribed, that would be great too. I have learned something recently that a lot of people don't subscribe because they think it costs money. So I want to dispel that myth. Subscribing to any channel, absolutely free. What costs money is if there's a membership, which is an option for all channels. I don't have one. I could make a woo-woo group. I don't know. So membership, definitely different than a subscription. So please do subscribe. Oh, it's weird. That was somebody that I swore I knew, but she's in New Jersey. So anyway, you know what I said. I got squirrel on the brain, and I gotta have coffee. Okay. That's what I came for. When I parked and I told you that there was a woman, she looked really familiar. She got in the car next to me, but then she got back out. She wanted to take her coffee and fill it into a tumbler. And then she's having a little bit, and I'm like, oh, I need to get out of my car. That ever happened to you? So I'm just patiently waiting, and then her husband saw me and said, oh, this lady's trying to get out of her car. So this was the woman that I thought I knew. Now I know her. Now we're best buds. Anyway, I told her, I said I had been fasting and wasn't allowed to have caffeine today for a medical test. I said I was surprised I had that much patience. Anyway, good laugh, good times. And yeah, a little warm. So anyway, I think I would rate the entire experience being excellent, like 10 out of 10 if you have to get a medical test. I loved the fact that there was really nobody there. I assumed it would be really crowded because of people that work 9 to 5 and need a weekend. So that was a very pleasant surprise. Maybe I will ask for a Saturday if, I should ever need another test. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. So anyway, I did want to show you the segment that I taped yesterday of Neon's room. Just give you a little quick tour. It's not quite done yet. We need pictures on walls and things like that, but we wanted Neon to, have some say in that, obviously. And we want to put some shelves up for more storage. But yeah, new carpet, new paint. Let me show that to you. So I was asked in the comments of the last video about Neon's room and how it's coming along. So we're almost there, actually. Would like to get some swags to go up there, and thinking about some blackout curtains. So we have a street light down there that really shines kind of bright in here, and don't think that Neon's appreciating that much. So yeah, I've got this desk, and they're going to be bringing their PC over soon. And we have a Kallax for storage, and really didn't do anything with the bathroom, but I love that curtain. Just love it. I always felt that that would make a great wedding dress, actually. I like this very, very, very cool crinkly fabric. So when I saw it, I just fell in love with it, and I knew it would go with the walls. This is like a flesh pink. We didn't repaint that. This is the color it was when we moved in. We did paint the bedroom, though. It is a light sage, and that really goes with the coral pink out here. And so that's it. We just need maybe some shelves and some pictures on the walls. I'm not crazy about the layout, but this is what Neon kind of chose, and that is not my decision to make. So I think we just need to finish this up. We have some storage up here. I need to get some more hangers, hamper. The fan does kind of warm up here in the summer. I'm not so sure why. It seems to have enough vents, but anyway, that's Neon's room. Okay, well, we do have a fan up there too, but so far, I think they're happy with it. So this should be an interesting video to put together. It's a lot of little scenes and, our clips. Try not to be so old. Clips. So it'll be it won't be choppy. It'll just be a different style. It is much easier if I just sit and talk, and I just edit out stuff that's not relevant or doesn't work, or ums and ahs, or long pauses. It's a lot of editing. But for those of you who voted for car vlogs, well, how'd I do? I can't believe this is still me without coffee or a Ritalin. I just happened to wake up well today. Maybe I should just stop drinking coffee. No, that's not going to happen. So I got a big one too, so I don't have to make a pot later. All right, so while we're at this light, I'm going to close the video and thank you all for being here. Be blessed. You are blessed, and believe me, I feel blessed. Bye.